in the news, we have Nvidia purchased
Oh,
a big stake in OpenAI. I think
yes.
$100 billion worth.
Yeah, I love this. Okay, first of all, people either love this or point to the circular, ridiculousness of it, which I have also pointed out that like this is an amazing genius investment for Nvidia. They're basically investing $100 billion into one of their number one customers, who's going to turn around and spend that most of that $100 billion back on Nvidia chips.
It's like the,
And
snake eating itself, kind of.
Yeah, but the reality is that it's actually a brilliant and a sound investment. It's not like something fishy is going on here. This is one of those cases where uh, OpenAI's revenue does not come from Nvidia. OpenAI's revenue comes from us and literally every human on the planet that is using their products and upgrading to their pro subscriptions, and businesses that are now adding it for their teams and all these other capabilities. So if you're Nvidia and you can make sure that they're more successful by giving them a whole bunch of money. Which, in order for them to be more successful, they have to buy more of your product. It's like a win-win and win for Nvidia, win for OpenAI, and win for humanity, or like the customers or users or whatever, right? So I view it as a very, very positive thing, but I also acknowledge the circular nature of it, and how basically this investment causes OpenAI to be worth more, which caused Nvidia to be also worth more. They invested $100 billion. Their stock immediately went up by $200 billion of market cap. So it was basically for free. They got this additional chunk of OpenAI, and the investment is over time. As they hit various different milestones, they're going to do 10 billion at a time for a gigawatt of data center worth of data center as it comes online. So, um, this investment is probably going to end up being made over the course of 3 to 5 years at a minimum. Uh, and that's what better way for Nvidia to spend their cash than this, right? Like this is great. It's super smart, super smart.
So how are you feeling about NVIDIA, like, from a, you know, uh,
Investment standpoint?
investment, like, take a step back, the whole company, because it's the largest company right now. I
Yeah.
know its earnings hub score is pretty good for as big as it is,
Yeah.
and you haven't touched them, right?
Well, the entire time that it's been going up, I've been thinking I missed out, right? And I continue to think that, which is why I haven't touched them, right? I'm a little like, of all the companies that I missed out on, this one definitely like seems like it should have been in my wheelhouse, that I missed out on it, and that one hurts the most. Like nothing else actually, like it doesn't even hurt, but like from the standpoint of like, should I have been able to catch this one? And my expectation of myself is that, yeah, it was in my wheelhouse. Like I should have been able to do it. The things that and it has sort of like a lot of the ingredients that I look for, from the standpoint that it's like founder led and, um, leader in this technology. Even if I missed it the first couple of quarters, I should have caught on that. Um, but here's what I sort of underestimated. I underestimated their lead. And My view was that others would easily be able to catch up to them by simply focusing their efforts on AI chips. And I thought maybe they have a 1 year lead, or, maybe 2 year lead. But as others come out with chips that are competing with NVIDIA's, that like you could easily change your data center chips and none of your customers are going to care what kind of chips you're using. And that foundation, or that argument, is actually true, meaning like OpenAI has made a agreement with Google to use their, I forget what Google's chips are called. It's like TPUs that they're making. Is it TPUs? It's like some kind of uh, AI chips that are their own, basically, with their own architecture. OpenAI is going to also start using their chips, Google's chips. And no one cares, like from a consumer standpoint, you don't care. You don't have this sort of brand loyalty to the chip designer, right? But it just so happens that that the demand for these things is so great that Nvidia will continue to grow for at least some period of time. Now, the moment that slows down, it could also hit Nvidia pretty hard. So I've basically decided I've missed out on this. I'm gonna just sit it out, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
POV. I mean, at first it's almost like, oh, it's going to be a bubble that's going to pop, and maybe it will turn into that. But there is a real business behind it.
yeah,
Dollars are being exchanged, so it's
yeah.
not just like speculation.
Right, right. No, there's definitely dollars being made. OpenAI is like the fastest growing software company in history. So, from the multiple perspectives, there's real revenue that is already being had. However, the amount of investment is also unprecedented. So there could be slowdowns in the future that happen as these build outs start to like meet the demand for capacity.